Alright guys, despite what you've already been told many times before, you cannot hate journalists enough. Now, I'm going to do some recapping from the last couple days. I actually had a video recorded last night, and it did not pan out so well because I was currently trying to use some new video editing software that did not work out to my benefit. So, that being said, this article from Kotaku came out a couple days ago saying the campaign against Avowed reveals the bigotry that fuels the anti-woke. And of course, this went down like a lead balloon, as you would imagine. Everybody destroying them in the replies, some of these getting massive amounts of likes, ratioing the hell out of Kotaku. But this is just the beginning of it. The article itself says that in its crusade against Obsidian's action RPG, the anti-DEI mob has given the game away. Oh no, guys, they are on to us, essentially is what this says. In 2024, there's rarely been a game announced without a small but tiresomely vocal group of grifters attempting to whip up a controversy for their social media followers. Now, we can just analyze that first line to death at this point. The idea that it's a small but vocal minority, you can go back and read these exact same words. In fact, I would suggest Googling this at some point. Look up the words small but vocal minority and see how many times these gaming media sites have used those exact same words to describe Gamergate 1, Gamergate 2, the anti-DEI pushback, the anti-woke pushback, again, the pushback against companies like Sweet Baby Inc. and everything that these DEI grifters do, and all again the consultation companies. This is just their war cry that they are just going to keep, going out there and trying to say and trying to use against us to say we are a small but vocal minority, despite the fact that every game that associates with Sweet Baby Inc., that pushes more of a extreme left agenda, fails miserably. And we've seen this better example than this year alone, time and time again, with the games like Concord and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League getting rejected wholeheartedly by gamers across the board. No matter what the title, they say, though, and no matter who the developer, every announcement is meticulously scrutinized for any faint sign of a thought crime. Again, hilarious, because if you've read 1984, these guys would be the bad guys. Just saying. An element that could be construed by these charlatans as proof of, quote, wokeness, something they can decry as, quote, a DEI initiative, and then take this... then the speculative notion is spun out to followers as the latest attempt to, in all caps, mind you, take away your games. The latest target is Avowed, but in picking on it, those running the grift have rather shown their hand. So again, these people are going to go in this article and just continue on to say, oh, see, they're just showing how racist they are, despite the fact that we have seen time and time again how Matt Hansen, the art director for Avowed, has had some horrible opinions of anybody he disagrees with ideologically, politically, and it's reinforced inside the company via these leaked Slack messages that were sent to Smash JT. People like Elon Musk talking about this, how it's illegal. Some of the things Matt Hansen's talked about, wanting to get crusty white guys out of the video game industry and replace them with non-white people. Again, these DEI hiring practices are racist, they're illegal, and they're completely against the idea of equality. You can't have equality by segregating against the quote-unquote, enforcer class, the people who have never been marginalized, so you claim. But of course, the article itself from Kotaku was written by the same guy, John Walker, who said that the African-American cyberpunk creator Mike Pondsmith was racist for his portrayal of black characters in Cyberpunk 2077. The same guy who wrote the article saying, sorry, the Minecraft movie is not meant to be for you. So this is pointed out by Legacy Killa. And this just points out the hypocrisy of the media, because they will completely crap all over you and your hobbies, tell you that it doesn't matter that they're trying to exclude white people, but no, they're not really doing it. But if they are doing it, it's a good thing. Again, just this complete hypocrisy. Of course, David Jaffe, who has been in a massive feud with Vera Dark and other YouTubers for a while now, Hypnotic, Kaida, all these guys, he's been basically, I'm sorry, it's Kaida, not Kaida. I keep saying Kaida. He has been trying to make this all about himself, again, showing essentially that he is the real grifter by saying, look, I'm just trying to pick up the crumbs with this YouTube feud that I'm starting with other people to get a few more subscribers for my YouTube channel. The man literally admitted to it. And of course, he has tried to say that YouTubers have killed Dragon Age the Veilguard with their grifting, and compared, transgenderism to being black. And this is an article you can go back and read from Fandom Pulse. But again, this is back from November 28th. This has been a feud that's been going on now for the better part of 2 weeks now. But it gets better, because now Nuri pointed out yesterday that the AMA, the Ask Me Anything for the developers from Dragon Age Veilguard yesterday, I believe it was, had a lot of questions. And it was pretty safe to say that John Epler and Corinne Bush, again, Corinne Bush, the man cosplaying as a woman, never knew what the hell they were doing in regards to the Dragon Age: The Veilguard. They cherry-picked the questions they answered, gave inconclusive or vague explanations for plot holes, or downright said they didn't really have an answer to certain questions, yet because they planned to tackle those plot points in the further games, if they got a sequel, they'd basically wrap it all up, is what the long and the short of it is. They skimmed through the world of Thetis volumes, delivered a half-baked product, and still are delusional enough to hint at a possible future release of another Dragon Age game, which is hilarious given the fact that IGN came out like a month ago saying, if this is the last one we get, it's a nice send-off. Okay. So again, this is also at the same time that they went to Eurogamer, Corinne Bush did, and basically admitted that it was never going to match the Dragon Age 4 in people's minds. A good game that basically followed the storyline of the previous 3 games. And I know among Dragon Age fans, there's a lot of controversy about which ones were the better games. And personally, I enjoyed all 3 that I played. It was been so long since I played them. I don't remember every detail. I've had 3 kids since then. I had a good time the 3 times I played those games. That being said, this is just, again, more media coverage for Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and yet we see them constantly attacking other games that don't line up with their ideological belief. Games like Marvel Rivals, which I'm not going to be all, defending because, again, I haven't played it, and it doesn't seem to be a game that I'm really that interested in. Maybe if enough people told me to play it, I might give it a try. But it's a game that has a massive audience right now. But they're complaining, as pointed out by Savvy Artist here on Twitter, that it's not woke. You see this r/socialist gaming post on Reddit saying, thoughts on Marvel Rivals. Not a fan of these character designs, to be honest, especially characters like Luna Snow, who are very male-gazy, oh my, and serious lack of diversity. But the game looks like it could be fun. Oh, because they left the characters unaltered. Of course, Savvy points out, as a reminder to DEI losers, the male gaze is also the lesbian gaze, the bisexual gaze, and even the gay gaze when it comes to beauty, because gay men still love boobs and pretty things. It's also the straight trans male gaze, straight trans man gaze, and the lesbian trans woman gaze. This is all very confusing stuff, guys. You'll have to forgive me. So stop using that hateful and dated phrase if you're going to whinge about inclusivity, but they don't want inclusivity. And this is a game that has currently got 437,000 people playing it, but they will not praise the game because of male gaze. So again, what this goes to show, and we're going to kind of wrap this up here in the second half of this video, is if you don't have the right ideology, if you don't have the right message in your game, they will crap on it. If you have the right message, but it's a bad game, they will defend you and call the gamers a bigot. We've seen this time and time again from every outlet that exists practically. However, now we are seeing that Kingdom Come's Deliverance's developer has been basically crapping all over Bioware and by extension Ubisoft, and we'll go over that tweet in a second, given the fact that their game is 7 years old and is doing better numbers than Dragon Age: The Veilguard, which is absolutely hilarious. And you see it from this tweet here where it's Daniel Vavra, the head of the studio, says, wow, 7 years old game versus recent release, with a little halo and a shocked face, right? And you can see right here, it says Kingdom Come Deliverance released on 13th of February, 2018. 7,600 people playing it right now versus the game Dragon Age Veilguard that came out on the 31st of October that only has 4,600 people playing it on Steam. Pretty dreadful numbers when you compare the two. Now, again, a lot of people came to this game later on. Once I hadn't even really thought about playing it. I tried it before and it was really difficult, but I gave it another shot and I genuinely have enjoyed the game thus far. It's a very chunky game. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a big game. But again, it is a very good game if you can actually get into it and sink your teeth into it. I have never heard that same thing about Dragon Age Veilguard. Not once. But again, he's pointing out, look, my game that's, not a AAA game that's 7 years old has got more people playing it than Veilguard. That's insane. So they attacked him over it. And why'd they attack him over it? Because if you go back to 2015, this article from Kotaku says, my E3 meeting with a pro Gamergate developer, and this is from Stephen Totillo, who's still around with Kotaku today, I do believe, basically saying that this man, Daniel Vavra, because of one tweet back at that point, is pro Gamergate. Essentially, his tweet was, why are we attacking gamers? Is what the sum and substance of it was, right? Well, you can see since this tweet, this isn't just like, oh, hey, he dumped on him, end of story. Since this tweet kind of went viral, 2.2 million views, he has had to defend himself from complete lunatics. You can see Daniel Vavra here responding to his own tweet saying, I have to say that I didn't expect such a meltdown just because I was happy that we're doing surprisingly well after all those years. Chill, everyone. And then this person here, Julie, says, I could say a few things about Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I'm too polite. I will say stupid comparing yourself to a franchise that's on its 4th title release and still going this strong despite past failures. This strong. She's not looking at the numbers. 4,600 people playing on Steam is not going strong. Not for a game that cost a few $100 million. We'll see if Kingdom will make it there with the same numbers, but I suggest, again, the little zipper emoji, keeping your lips basically zipped until then. And so Daniel Vavra responds, past failures, LOL. And I think what he's pointing to is the fact that none of the previous Dragon Age games were failures. There are definite opinions about which ones were better, but none of those were failures. Someone says, you're acting like Veilguard is a bad game. Even with all the cringy lines the game has, it's better written than Kingdom Come Deliverance. Holy crap. Veilguard is far, far better written and produced than Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come Deliverance was one of the biggest letdowns I've had since I was a kid. Well, clearly you've got a long life to live if that's the biggest letdown you've had in your life. This guy here says, there are a million reasons why you shouldn't post or even think this way. As a developer who knows what it's like to be in the trenches and who knows that in this industry anything can happen, you can and should be more mature than this. And Daniel Vavra responds, thank you for your advice on how to think. Again, this man is not taking shit from anybody. He said earlier, today I was doing regular check on how we were doing, compared the game to a recent AAA big budget award-winning RPG, found out we were doing surprisingly well, said wow, went to sleep and took the kids for a trip, returned home, turned on X, and oh my effing god, I am in the middle of some cultural war. Now again, I will say I think he's being a little tongue-in-cheek here because he definitely has dipped his toes a little bit into the culture war, not like picking sides, but he is definitely... You can tell that he is amused to some extent by the attacks on gamers by the media and how he can probably just see it blowing up in their face. And if you go back in November 10th, I believe this tweet was, he actually pointed out that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be released just a few days before the new Assassin's Creed, and they have since moved that time frame back to about a week before, February 4th, I believe, the sequel comes out. It makes me a little bit nervous, but it'll be interesting to see if a smaller company with a hardcore old-school RPG could compete with a corporate product for modern audiences. What do you think? Also, no de novo in our game. And again, they announced that they removed de novo. And of course, you can see this line right here, a corporate product for modern audiences. You can't tell me that he's not crapping on Ubisoft right there. That is intentionally stated that way. He says, by the way, I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed, but they kind of lost me with nonsensical Valhalla since my god rides eight-legged horse in the skies. Origins was the last one I really enjoyed and taught my daughter about Egypt through it. And I think a lot of people have said that Origins was kind of like their dropping off point. After Origins, a lot of people gave up. But again, this is not the first time we've seen based developers attacked by the media and attacked by other people. I remember Matthew Kark, the Saber Interactive CEO, made some comments basically, hey, we need less politics, more good gameplay, more action, more, again, just trying to get back to the basics. And he was investigated and attacked as if he was some sort of social pariah by the media over a simple statement that they were like, is this you? Did you really say this? And again, at the end of the day, it was a very non-offensive thing to say. But again, you're not allowed to have these thoughts. We've even seen Thomas Mahler get attacked. Again, the developer from Moon Studios, from Ori Will of the Wisps, from... again, crap, I can't remember the name of his game. But he says, I know quite a few developers at AAA studios that still think that they're working in a place that's too big to fail. Nobody's too big to fail. It certainly looks like 2025 will be even worse for a lot of AAA studios. Brace yourselves. But I can guarantee you, guys like this, who are trying to relate to gamers, guys like him, Daniel Vavra, Matthew Kark, these guys are not going to be the ones to lose their jobs. In fact, studios like From Software have increased their salaries. They've hired more people. These companies that actually want to sell a good product to gamers are going to succeed because in light of what we've seen from all these other wackos in the industry, these are the guys who are here for the core fan base of the games. So I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Let me know what you think about all this down below. If you appreciate the content, like and subscribe. I'm in the middle of a massive slump, deboosted like hell by YouTube, and every like, share, and comment helps me get back into the algorithm. I appreciate all you guys so much. I will see you guys on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have two channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.